Hello. I want to take a few minutes to talk about the definition of a function. This is a concept you're probably familiar with from previous courses, but it's a very important one in college algebra that will develop much more than you would in, say, an intermediate algebra course. Sometimes college algebra is considered to be the functions course. You can look at the development and organization of our course as being laid out as development of linear functions, quadratic functions, general polynomial functions, rational functions, so you're looking at fractions of polynomials, and exponential functions and logarithmic functions. Basically, that's an overview of Math 111. So this is a very important definition for us and a concept that you'll find is ongoing in the course and in some respects sometimes difficult. So definition. A function is an input-output relation where every input has exactly one output. And of course this is the real important part of the definition. It's a function if each input has one and only one distinct definite output. That's what defines a function. So let's look at a couple of examples of primitive simple relations. Here's a relation between the members of a book club, Alice, Betty, and Candace, and their birthdays. And it turns out that Alice was born on January 20th. But as coincidence would have it, Betty and Candace share March 17th as a birthday. So is this relation, this association between inputs and outputs, is this a function? Okay, here's an input, Alice, and she has exactly one distinct and definite output. Betty, if the input is Betty, the output is March 17. There's no question about that. She's got one birthday, March 17. And similarly, Candace has one and only one distinct birthday that we can find from this relation, 3/17. So this is a function. Because given an input, I definitely know what the output is. Kind of a way of thinking of the definition is, look, you give me an input, you give me a member of the club, I can tell you what the birthday is. If that's not ambiguous, if I know what the birthday is, then this relation is a function. And in that case, I'll call this set the domain of the function, the set of inputs, and this set that contains a couple of dates, this is the range. The range of the function is the set of outputs. Okay, now let's look at another relation, perfectly good relation, that relates the three members of a bowling club, Adam, Bob, and Chuck, with their wedding anniversaries. Adam, Bob, and then Chuck down here was married twice. So he's got 2 wedding anniversaries. Perfectly good relation, but is it a function? This input is associated with exactly one output, this input is associated with exactly one output, but this input's got 2 distinct outputs. If you give me a member of the bowling club, if you tell me that it's Chuck, I'm not going to know precisely based on this relation what the wedding anniversary is. So this is still a relation, but not a function. And we wouldn't speak in terms of domain and range here. Okay, let's move ahead into the realm that we're used to in an algebra class. Most of the time, our functions, really, throughout the course, are not going to have names and dates for their inputs and outputs. They're going to have numeric.